Te Whangai is a work and life skills centre.
Whangai is a place that people that can't be employed within the economy because of their current situation, it's a place for them to come and get themselves up to speed in reality, to become work ready and be comfortable in that environment.
It's there to help people that need a second chance. Like I had a pretty checkered past, and they gave me a chance to get employed, which I thought I'll never ever end up doing.
We've got 5 different hubs, so for those hubs to be able to start talking to each other in a sense and recording, it just wasn't working for us.
We're dealing with about 90 different species of plants, and within that species we are dealing maybe with about 600,000 units. That gives us a bit of a challenge on how to track them.
So we were growing faster than our ability to really properly record what was happening within our business.
We met up with the Microsoft team and were invited to take part in a hackathon. It was pure magic working with Microsoft and their team those 2 days on iterations of Te Whangai and how technology could be used to actually advance the trust. As a consequence of that, we got funding from Microsoft and they introduced us to Kinetics.
When I first started working with Te Whangai last year, I interviewed all of the key staff to see how they operate, how they're recording data and they're reporting on it. And something that came across very strongly was the amount of manual processes that were in place. All the nursery staff at the end of each day and week would be writing on bits of paper what they had pricked and potted out for the day. And Jerry would collect all those pieces of paper up, take them home and spend half his weekend manually transcribing those into Excel. And while he did have an Excel file to record the data, he was updating it manually and not even using formulas.
When we got in contact with Kinetics, it's not just a technology that was handed to us. What it did, I think, would be involving us in the development of the app. And it's a trial in the first few months and everything. So we, Leone Kinetics, we tried to work out what information we need in terms of species encoding, eco-sourcing, numbers and trace and everything. We got those all details sorted out.
So what I could see straight away is that we could use a parrot to help record the data. We could integrate that with Excel to help tracking of the data, so we can use the formulas and the calculations in Excel to help automate the process of knowing where the seeds are at any point in the process and giving us that reportable data.
Developing the apps in the sense so that we can record exactly where our seeds come from and the progress of that seed right through until it's sold and into the place that it's sold back to, which is where the seed is sourced from, is really important for the market, and it's really important for the environment as well.
So by using the Power app, I think it makes our job a lot easier because we can easily track where they are, what the codes are, the numbers, and the outputs for the day.
Before we only had a pen and paper, and a lot of the times our paperwork will get lost or get dirty, and then the information, by the time it gets back to the management, it was all wrong. We find it a lot easier just putting it on the app.
So now all the nursery staff need to do is use the Power app very quickly. It's straight into SharePoint, the reporting straight into Excel. It gives real-time data to Te Whangai, and it allows them to focus on the things that are important to them, which is helping the people contribute back to their communities.
What we aimed to do, and it was part of the hackathon, was to establish an app so that everyone that's on board has got a phone, and then we could start recording the outcomes of their work, their attendance, and look at social, environmental, economic and cultural outcomes of the program. So the 2 apps that we've developed to date with Kinetics are the start of the journey. For anyone considering engaging Kinetics, I'd say, why wait? Get on with it, work out what your priorities are and what you need the most assistance with. Enable them with the staff that they need to work with and let them do it. And they have the passion in their heart to create the outcomes that you need.